back, NCAC sports fans, and thanks for joining us today as we present to you the first edition of The Rundown for the 2016-17 academic year. Before we get rolling, we first want to welcome our student athletes, coaches, athletic administrators, and fans to the 33rd season of competition in the North Coast Athletic Conference. To kick off the first show of the year, we will head out to the links, where we saw several outstanding performances by NCAC student athletes last weekend. All 7 NCAC women's golf teams opened the season at the Lynn Schweizer Invitational, hosted by Denison at Denison Golf Club in Granville. Wittenberg captured the team title at the tournament for the second year in a row after finishing the 2-day event with 610 strokes, while their rival Tigers from DePaul were the runners-up with a 36-hole score of 639. Denison was the next highest NCAC finisher in 6th with 666 strokes, followed by Worcester in 9th with 690, Allegheny and Ohio Wesleyan in a tie for 11th with 695 strokes each, and Hiram competing as individuals at the event. After 36 holes of competition, Wittenberg senior Macy Hubbard was tied with Bridgewater's Christina Herbert for the top spot in the individual standings with 145 strokes. However, Herbert went on to defeat Hubbard in a one-hole playoff to earn medalist honors. And Hubbard, who hails from Mason, Ohio, was named the NCAC Women's Golfer of the Week after she opened the tournament with a 3-over par 74 on Saturday and jumped into a tie for the lead on Sunday with an even par 71. On the men's side, a pair of NCAC golfers had record-setting performances at Worcester's Gatorade Collegiate Invitational, played at the par 72, 6,730-yard Zoar Village Golf Club in Dover, Ohio. Ohio Wesleyan rose to the top of the team standings after 36 holes of play with 579 total strokes. But it was the play of OWU sophomore Adam Armstrong that stood out for the Bishops, as the Centerville, Ohio native tied the school record for a 36-hole round with a 137 after carding a 5-under par 67 on Saturday and a 2-under 70 on Sunday. However, Armstrong's performance was upstaged by a record-setting effort from Allegheny senior Colin Hagg. Hagg, who resides in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, opened the tournament with a 1-under par 71 before vaulting to the top of the leaderboard on Sunday by tying the course record at Zoar Village and posting the second lowest 18-hole score in Allegheny history with a 7-under par 65. Hagg, who did earn NCAC Player of the Week accolades for his efforts, also tied the school's lowest 36-hole round score with a 136. And NCAC golf squads will return to action this weekend, led by the Allegheny men, hosting their annual Guy W. Kuhn Memorial Invitational at Meadville Country Club, and the Ohio Wesleyan women hosting a fall invitational event at Safari Golf Club in Powell, Ohio. And to wrap up this week's show, we head out to the gridiron, where NCAC football teams posted a 4-5 record against non-conference opponents in Week 1. While there were several outstanding performances on the weekend, the first NCAC Offensive Player of the Week nod of the 2016 season went to Kenyon Junior wide receiver Ian Bell, as he was a dual-threat weapon in the Lords' 21-17 come-from-behind victory over Sewanee. With Kenyon trailing by 10 early in the third quarter, Bell took this handoff around the right edge and found a crease into the end zone to cut the deficit to 17-14. Following a 3-and-out by the KC defense at the end of the third quarter, Bell capped off a 5-play, 67-yard drive by taking this direct snap and slicing into the end zone for what proved to be the game-winning score. Bell finished the game with 36 total rushing yards on 6 carries, while also excelling at his primary position by hauling in 6 receptions for 95 yards. And there is limited NCAC football action this Saturday with just 3 games on the slate. However, 2 of those contests are league matchups, as Kenyon hosts Oberlin at 1 p.m., and Allegheny travels to Worcester for a 7 p.m. kickoff. Well, that puts a wrap on this week's show, but be sure to join us again next week for another edition of The Rundown.